Hello, everybody, and welcome back to some more Kenshi. Banana, banana, bum, bum. Alrighty, in this episode, we're going to go back and finish what we started. After all, the Southern Hive Queen put us to shame, and if we're ever going to take over the hives for ourselves, we cannot let this failure stand. So, something I ended up doing in between episodes, and partially the reason this episode took so long, is because we got some brand new people. Now, 2 of them I did end up spawning in, just full transparency, because technically we should have had them in a different way, but, you know, setting up mods mid-playthrough did have a couple adverse effects, so we now have House, who is a primal hiver. It's the same as Princess, basically. There's only like one of them per Kenshi world. So like there's one queen, there's one prince, there's one soldier, and there's one regular hiver. So because we effectively bugged our game, I went ahead and just spawned one in because we should have had one, but you know, issues and all that. So I tried to make him like sort of half tanky, half quick. So he is using a hold saber, battle club because it's just really useful, the blackened chain hive shirt, some hive leg pants, armored rags, and the assassin's belt. Overall, I think it is a pretty good little setup. And then we have Bo. Guess what he does? He's using the leather hive vest, the hive leg pants, because I figure having a little bit of tankiness in the back is never a bad thing. Drifter's leather jacket, because more crossbow effect is always good. The rattan hat for more perception. And the assassin's belt, because it basically gives everything that we could want. Then, we now have a new martial artist in our ranks, Zaldrin, who is a mechanical hive praetorian. So, yeah, he's kind of insane. 700 head health. To put it in perspective, Chelsea has 400 head health, and Ray has 600. And debatably, Ray is, like, the strongest praetorian we have. So, Zaldrin is definitely up there in terms of his strength. Then for some other new characters, we have Moonlight, who also has the body bug. Not quite sure why that's happening, but not really a lot I can do to fix it. She's using the flat topper, the long sword, blackened chain hive shirt, samurai cloth pants, samurai armor, and the assassin's belt. And then we have Zealotry to go with loyalty. Using the battle club, honestly, I just wanted her to be a little bit on the quicker side while also having a big defensive boost. Although she is going to be a lighter character, so I was thinking like maybe she'll be really good at dodging, really good at defending, you know. Leather hive shirt, samurai cloth pants, armored rags, and the armored belt. And then I believe that's all of our new people. Let me just double check. Zaldrin, House, Moonlight, Zealotry, and Bo. So, another thing I did, and you might have already noticed, is I did end up boosting any character stats who was under 40 up, which I think was fair enough. After all, we could technically do it at any time with all of our training weapons, just level our dex and our strength and everything, but partially to save time and partially out of laziness, I decided just to boost it, you know, to save some time, really. But technically, we could just take these training weapons out, including the martial arts ones, and just go train that way. But I didn't end up doing that. So, what we're gonna do is we're most likely going to make the trek back over to the Southern Hive Queen and deal with her that way. Now, there is one thing I do want to make note of really quick, and that's Universal Wasteland expansion. Even though it's added a ton of new hivers and added a bunch of new content, I actually feel, and again, this is coming from a pretty big noob of Kenshi, it might have made this playthrough significantly harder than it should be. Like, okay, again, I've never really made it to the end game of Kenshi, which is why I feel like I'm hitting such a wall, but it feels like Universal Wasteland's expansion has just been making the game kind of impossible to progress, which is why the episodes have been taking longer and longer to come out, because it just is kind of hard. But I'm going to keep trying. At the very least, I would like to kill the Southern Hive Queen this episode, and then I'm thinking what I might do is maybe we'll try and attack the Holy Lord Phoenix, and then, honestly, I do kind of feel my inexperience is starting to drag on this series just a little bit, so I think this might end up being the final episode, because as the series goes on, my inexperience is showing a lot, and honestly, there's a part of me that's a little embarrassed to show just how bad at Kenshi I am. But there's another part of me that's like, well, you know, I don't think it'd be really fun to see me fumble for like 5 more episodes. So that's kind of why I'm thinking this might be the final episode, even if we don't fully achieve our goal of killing every single Hive Queen. We would have killed the Dark Hive Queen. We subjugated the Mist Hive Queen, and then we would have killed the Southern Hive Queen. And I still feel pretty good about that, because if you recall, the Pearl Hive, there's no world that, like, there's so many dudes in the Pearl Hive that are actually just going to be impossible to kill. I think the Northern Hive Queen could be potentially taken down. The only issue is those Praetorians and the King units, or the, I forget what they're called now, but, you know, the Cleanser units, I think. Yay. So, without further ado, let's make the long trek over to the Southern Hive Queen. Once again, the stars are right. And this time we shall not fail. The Southern Hive awaits us. And this time, we have the strength of the Dark Hive, the guile of the Mechanical Hive, the supreme knowledge of the Primordial Hive. And, you know, all the other Hivers too. But we are bound not to fail this time. So we did take a little bit of damage on our way here. After all, it is quite a lengthy trip, so I think that's kind of expected. So what we're going to do, same route we took before, basically. We're just going to skirt all the ways around as much as we possibly can. Okay, some of them saw us. There's one chasing. Okay, he's coming. You know what? I'm just going to walk over here. Let him come nice and close. And everybody absolutely destroy him. Oh yes, you're not so strong alone, are you? Alright, let's keep making our way. There is some Southern Hivers fighting some Rogue Hivers. If anything, there's actually more Rogue Hivers than there is Southern Hivers right now, so we're just going to have to be a little bit safe in our pathing. I'm going to try and take the mountain pass over here. Luckily for us, none of them seem to come this way. Alrighty. Let's all come over here. Gonna speed up time a little bit because I don't think we're in too much danger. I'm not seeing anything roaming near us. Okay. And now that we're close enough, here's what we're gonna do. Everyone stand still. Let's get our archers. So, Honey Butter, Bo, Paradox Wolf, Bugusi, Ivanko, and Truth, along with Queen. I want you all to stand over this way. Good. Now, we're gonna pop a little save on Waifu Hive. There we go. Bada boom, bada bing. Very good. Okay. So, let's try and make this happen again. Now this time, I'm feeling relatively confident. I want to split everyone up just a little bit. Okay, just get everyone into a position where they should be alright. Let me see. So there is... I don't think this is a Praetorian. No, it's not. But if we can potentially do some damage, that would still do just fine. So let's go ahead and... Oh, we can't shoot at him because he's asleep, technically? Okay then. Princess, it's your time to shine. Nope, 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 nope. All of you back up. I know you're very eager to get revenge. I know, trust me. I understand. But we need to take our time. The Honey Butter, I want you to come right here. Princess, I want you... Technically you could kidnap, but I just want you to aggro him. Okay, Princess is going in. She's doing her thing. Wow. Yeah, 15%. I kind of expected that. Actually, what's to stop me from just trying this over and over, right? Oh, he won't let me anymore. Alright, fair enough, fair enough. Alright, Princess, get the heck out of here. Okay, well, at the very least, that confirms our suspicion that they all have Mei-2 weapons. Okay, so he's coming. There's a Ronin coming. Oh, Bugusi, I don't know what you're doing. Hang on. You know what? Let's have all of you... I want you all on passive for the moment. Princess, I want you on passive as well. You're one of our archers, so I want you back here. Okay. So, let's have you three shoot at this one. Let's have you three shoot at this one. And then Honey Butter, I want you to get ready to shoot at this one. And as soon as they start getting too close, that's when we're going to send our people in. Bugusi, do you don't have bolts. You don't have bolts. Okay, we did get a shot off. Alright, so we're going to need to move in now. Everyone drop passive. And let's start moving in. It seems like there's a lot more guys this time. Although, to be fair, it could be the same as usual. Bugusi, I want you to trade... Yeah. Let's do that. Let's take a full one. Let's give this back to Paradox Wolf. Okay, you now have ammo. I want all of you to back up. Okay. I want you guys to attack these. And then I want all of you to run to the side. Yeah, alarm raised. That's fine. North, I want you to try and take the attention off these guys. Okay, that partially worked. Ray, I really need you to try and keep them busy. Now, let's try and have everyone get into a somewhat good position. Okay. Paradox Wolf, I want you to come this way. Bugusi right here. Queen. Okay. Bo right here. Honey Butter and Ivanko. Okay. all of you are going to be shooting. So that should be really, really good now. I know it's kind of just an all-out brawl, but that's basically the only way we're going to be able to do this. All of you, if you could just shoot this guy down real quick. Okay, Puppet on the front lines, currently keeping quite a bit of them busy. Our new crossbows are doing quite a bit of damage despite how heavily armored they are, so this is really turning out to be a good thing. We're keeping one of them busy. Everyone else is going for an all-out brawl. We do have our martial artists potentially doing quite a bit of big damage combined with everything else we're doing. The actual queen is out here fighting. Very, very bold choice. Especially considering we seem to be winning this fight, more or less. Although quite a bit of us are starting to take some damage now. We're going to have Honey Butter back up out of the line of fire. Start shooting at the Southern Queen. Okay, we're still fighting. Alarm is raised. Quite a few of us are injured. It's nothing that we can't deal with so far. Truth, I want you to start shooting at this Praetorian. Although his arm is injured, so he's not going to be as big of a threat as normal. Honey Butter, I want you to back up and start shooting at this guy. Ivanko, I also want you to help her out. The moment we can start taking out these Praetorians is the moment I think that we're going to fully start winning. Now, we are actually doing quite a bit of damage, but they're doing an equal amount of damage to us. All things considered, this isn't going terrible. Although a Praetorian is now running towards us, we're going to need everyone to start shooting at them. These guys are crippled and down. I don't know where the queen has gone. I imagine someone took her to a bed. Let me see. How bad is it? How bad is it right now? Some of us are on the verge of death. We're just gonna have to keep fighting though for the moment. Okay, Mother, I want you to come for this Praetorian. Okay, we're definitely taking quite a bit of damage. Oh, especially with those big, horrible cleaves that they're doing to us with the pole arms. Okay, we do still have a Praetorian directly on us. I'm going to try and have Queen back up. Bo, I'm going to try and have back up. Keep shooting at him. Ooh, yeah, he's taking a whole lot of zeros. Bogosi, I appreciate the attempt, but I think I would rather you try and heal. Yeah, if you can start first aiding yourself. Ivan, go! I want you to run away. Keep shooting at this guy. Okay. We are actually starting to turn the tide over here. This Praetorian is becoming a big threat. We also now have a guard on us. Let me see. We're all kind of injured. Charlotte, if I could have you come fight this drone guard. Okay, and then we're gonna have you try and run away. Keep shooting at him. Amber is fairly injured. Bo is taking quite a bit of damage now. Let's have Queen try and help him out. Just try and keep him busy. Okay, Charlotte is fighting this Praetorian, albeit she's not doing too terribly well right now. Let's have Honey Butter back up so she can get a little bit of better range on him. Then, over here, how we doing? Certainly not the worst, although we're definitely starting to lose the tide. Princess is, oh, both of her arms are crippled. I was gonna say, why is she not doing anything? That's because she literally can't. Okay? Mother, I want you to try and take out this guy because he's getting a little bit too much damage in. This Praetorian is still going strong. We're getting shot in the back by our own teammates. A little bit unfortunate. Honey Butter, I want you to back up. Back up. Back up. Thank you. Okay, your right arm is still good, so just try and first aid yourself, please. Puppet is now trying to help out in the fight. Let's have Charlotte out of the line of fire. Charlotte, I don't know what your plan there was, but If just one shot, stagger him. Okay, now back up, back up. Keep shooting. Okay, Praetorians are still going strong. We're certainly winning. I mean, albeit not by much. We are actually winning this fight, although it is just a complete bloodbath for the most part. Okay, this Praetorian is still going strong. Goodness, this Praetorian just will not rest. I mean, it makes sense. He is defending the queen and all, so, you know. Okay, we're really starting to do good damage, but there is a second Praetorian starting to creep up on us, as well as a couple drone guards. Okay, let's try and have you back up a bit. Okay, I want Mother to... Actually, you know what? I want Charlotte to come defend from this glue. Okay, big hit, 37 damage. Ivanko is shooting at someone way off into the distance instead of the guy who is currently attacking everyone we know and love. His Praetorian is kind of low, but he's not low enough. Let's have Ivanko run away. Who... Oh, I see. We're starting to be picked up by enemies now. Not great. They are also starting to heal, which is a telltale sign that despite our best efforts, we have lost this fight. Man, it was looking like it was going so well, but these Praetorians are just crazy. I mean, 96 attack and 76 in polearm. And then despite his armor, he does have 81 strength, and despite the armor, again, he does still have 25 dex and 100 toughness. So even though we got significantly closer, this is kind of what I mean. Universal Wasteland expansion just makes everyone very, very powerful. Like, don't get me wrong, I understand we're attacking a capital city, and so the people are gonna be strong, but I do think the little bit of extra stats from UWE is potentially making it a little bit hard for a beginner like me. I mean, hey, all things considered, we didn't do bad. We actually crippled the queen and got most of the soldiers down. And then we also almost took down some of the Praetorians. So I don't think we did bad by any extent. But I do also think this is a fight that we're not going to win unless we potentially have, like, hundreds of more stats. Or, you know, maybe if my micro was a little bit better, that could help as well. But yeah, unfortunately... Whoa. Someone just got launched into the air. I don't know who that was, but... See, and we are still actually up and fighting, so it's not like it's 100% over, but we're all so injured to the point where I would kind of be curious to see if we would make it. Although, to be fair, actually, maybe if we all just hit medic, and then if we have Mother come for this guy. Alright, well, it was starting to look like there might have been a comeback chance, but the Queen's AIDS is unfortunately still up, and he's kind of a big threat with his Mei-2 weapon. So yeah, unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to do this. This is my 5th time attempting total now. Well, on the 5th is when we had Moonlight and House and whatnot. The other 4 attempts were before this. But all in all, I don't think we did bad. I want to say we got through like 90% of the fight. We knocked down pretty much everyone that came out, except for the Praetorians. The Praetorians and the Queen's Aids were just a little bit too powerful for us. Which is why, for the moment at least, I do think I'm going to potentially call Kenshi here. And my reasoning for that is, as you saw, we've already given this a fair few attempts, and I don't think this is going to be like Bugmaster, where it's just going to be like a whittle at it and we win sort of deal. Because we've come back a lot stronger than we were the initial time. And even though we did get closer, I think it's really just going to boil down to slamming our head against the wall for a while until we do eventually win. And I mean, I'm sure some of you guys wouldn't mind like 6 episodes of me just slamming my head against the Southern Hive Queen and the Northern Hive Queen, but the more I've been thinking on it, I do think we should probably just end on a at least decent note. We've killed quite a few of the enemy queens. I just think maybe this is a little bit out of my pay grade. If I was better at the game, and, you know, maybe I understood a lot more than I do, maybe we'd be able to pull it off no problem. After all, we do have quite a few people, and they are all decently strong. It's just, I don't know if I have the technical skill to pull it off, you know what I mean? And like I said, I'd rather not waste your guys' time with like 6 episodes back to back of me just struggling to kill one boss. Because even though I'm sure you guys, there's some of you who would want to see that, I wouldn't want to put the rest of you guys through that as well as put myself through that. So I do think that is going to be where we call Kenshi. Now, what I do think I'm gonna do, and, you know, I think this could be a fun idea, is we might come back to Kenshi in the future, but for the moment, I think I'm gonna try, if provided I can actually figure it out, I'm gonna try to post this save file in the collection. So if you guys ever wanted to play around with the save file, where it is right in this moment on day 328, then you guys should just be able to load up the save and basically play around with it no problem. I think. Like I said, I'm no expert, but that's how I think it should go. So, posting the save file, you know, maybe you guys would be able to pull off what I cannot. After all, this is a community effort, so if you guys wanted to try it, feel free. I just think, for me, Universal Wasteland Expansion is fun. It adds a lot of content, and it's overall a really good expansion. I just think maybe it's for people who are better at the game than I am. Which, you know, I'm not trying to put myself down, but hey, I've got limitations, as you all might know, and I think, unfortunately, we have hit it. Now, to be fair, we did do a lot in this playthrough, and I'm pretty proud of the progress we made. Because me saying, oh, we're going to kill all the Hive Queens, we're going to kill Holy Lord Phoenix, a bit of a stretch goal in hindsight, but I thought, you know, maybe we could pull it off. But, just to go over what we did do, we went and killed what is basically an empowered Bugmaster, which that alone is already crazy. We did use a little bit of assassination cheese on the Dark Hive Queen. But then, we also went and killed quite a few mini-bosses. We went and got Mei-2 weapons and legendary weapons for basically all of our people. We took out the Ghoul Mother, legit. And, of course, we went and killed the Fishman King. And took over the island for ourselves. Looks like we have a couple people coming in to attack us. It's nothing we can't deal with. It's just a lonely little hiver. Look at him. Look at him. The door opens and immediately they flood in. Despicable little creatures, aren't they? The rogue drones. But yeah, all in all, I am pretty happy with the progress we made. Now, I will say, there is one thing that was unfortunate with this particular playthrough being mine, and that's because I was adding on mods as we were going, and then I would have to go in and, where is it? The where you reset the game. I forget what it's called, but you can do it in the main menu. Because I kept doing that, unfortunately, we did lose quite a bit of custom content. For example, you know, the Primordial Hive Queen, who we were going to recruit, the Soldier, who I ended up spawning in. You know, we did miss out on quite a bit of that, which is fairly unfortunate because I did want to go do all that, but hey, what are you going to do? And then we also did miss out on the Black Hound. Now, if you guys ever do play with this collection, you're not going to have those issues. Provided you don't do the refresh and everything, you're going to be totally fine. And because I, throughout the series, was messing with the load order just to get it perfect, everything should work just fine. Because at this point, this is basically the finished collection. I'm not really going to add anything new to it. It is done. Like, this is the collection. So, overall, pretty happy with that. But yeah, I do think that's going to do it for Kenshi. All in all, I'd say we did pretty dang good. Both of our bases are fully automatic at this point. Like, we have so much in terms of resource, power generation. We have a lot of different workers. We have people to defend. We have so much knowledge and whatnot for, like, our turrets and stuff that we have machine gun harpoon turrets. Like, bro. And then, of course, we have, like, all the crops that we can use in specific areas. We have generators. We have buildings. Like, we did really, really good in this series. It's just, as far as the bosses, my technical skill isn't quite there yet. But what I'm thinking of doing, even though I am basically going to be considering this series done, in the future, maybe what we'll do is, there's actually a really big, like, zombies mod. And since I won't be using Universal Wasteland expansion with that, and I will be adding guns because of zombies, maybe we'll do a zombies playthrough in the future, and that'll be kind of our, I guess, part 2. But yeah, hopefully this isn't, like, too much of a down note. Oh, shadows are being really funky over there. But yeah, not too much of a down note to end the series on, because I want to hype this up. We're ending on a really good note. We have done a lot. We just didn't kill all the bosses that I would have wanted to kill. They're just a little bit too powerful for me. But I do want to thank you guys for watching this series of Kenshi. And like I said, I will be posting all of, well, the save file, if I can figure out how, the mod load order, and hopefully you guys will have a pretty good time playing it. But of course, I do want to warn, if you're going to add new mods to this collection, there is a chance some stuff will break, so do so at your own peril, I suppose. But, hey, who am I to stop you? Kenshi is a moddable game. Mod it up. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry this was a little bit of a shorter one, but what are you going to do? But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.